Success begins with a single fundamental principle: responsibility. The moment you decide to take ownership of your life, your choices, and your circumstances is the moment you set yourself on a path to transformation. Responsibility is not just about admitting where you've fallen short, it's about embracing the power you have to shape your future. As Jim Rohn wisely said, you cannot change your destination overnight, but you can change your direction overnight. That shift in direction begins when you stop pointing fingers at external factors and start looking within. In today's world, it's all too easy to get caught up in the blame game. We hear it everywhere: blame the economy, blame the government, blame your boss, or even blame your upbringing. But here's a profound truth: none of those excuses will change your life. Blaming external factors might provide temporary relief from feelings of inadequacy, but it also robs you of the ability to take control. Responsibility, on the other hand, empowers you. When you accept that your current situation is the result of past decisions, you reclaim the power to make new ones. And in that power lies your potential. Taking responsibility doesn't mean you won't face obstacles. Life throws challenges at all of us, often without warning. But as Jim Rohn often said, it's not what happens that determines your life's future, it's what you do about what happens. Think about it: the same storm blows on everyone. Some people use it as an excuse to give up, while others adjust their sails and navigate through. The difference lies in their mindset. Responsibility means recognizing that while you cannot control every event, you can always control your response. And your response determines your results. This concept of responsibility also extends to your daily habits and routines. Most people underestimate the compounding effect of small, seemingly insignificant actions. They think success hinges on big, dramatic events: a lottery win, a sudden breakthrough, or a lucky break. But in reality, success is built in the quiet, consistent choices we make every day. Are you spending your time wisely, investing in personal growth and working on your goals? Or are you wasting hours on distractions and blaming lack of progress on circumstances beyond your control? The hard truth is that your habits today are shaping your future. Responsibility means owning those habits and making conscious decisions to align them with the life you want. One of the most powerful aspects of responsibility is the freedom it brings. At first glance, taking responsibility might feel like a burden. After all, it requires you to confront uncomfortable truths about yourself and your situation. But once you embrace it, you'll realize that responsibility is liberating. Why? Because it puts the power back in your hands. If your results are tied to your actions, then you have the ability to change those results. You're no longer at the mercy of external forces, you're the captain of your ship. Consider this: how often do people complain about things they can't change? The weather, traffic, other people's opinions, none of these are within your control. Yet they consume so much of our energy. What if instead you focus that energy on what you can control? Your mindset, your work ethic, your attitude. By taking responsibility for these aspects of your life, you position yourself to thrive regardless of the circumstances. Another key component of responsibility is self-awareness. You can't take ownership of your life if you don't understand where you're falling short. This requires brutal honesty with yourself. It's not always easy to admit that your procrastination is holding you back, or that your fear of failure is stopping you from taking risks. But until you face these truths, you can't change them. Jim Rohn said, "You must take personal responsibility. You cannot change the circumstances, the seasons, or the wind, but you can change yourself. Self-awareness is the first step in that change." Taking responsibility also means being proactive rather than reactive. Reactive people wait for things to happen and then respond, often with frustration or disappointment. Proactive people, on the other hand, anticipate challenges and take steps to address them before they become problems. They don't wait for opportunities to come knocking, they create opportunities through their actions. This shift from a reactive to a proactive mindset is a hallmark of those who succeed. It's the essence of responsibility in action. Finally, responsibility extends to your relationships and the way you interact with others. Successful people don't play the victim, they lead by example. When you take responsibility for your actions, you inspire others to do the same. Whether it's in your family, your workplace, or your community, your willingness to own your decisions and their consequences sets a powerful precedent. It creates a ripple effect, encouraging those around you to step up and take charge of their own lives. Responsibility isn't just a mindset, it's a way of life. It's the foundation upon which every other success principle is built. Without it, even the best strategies and intentions will falter. But with it, you have the power to overcome any obstacle, achieve any goal, and create the life you've always envisioned. So as you move forward, remember this: the moment you stop blaming, start owning, and take full responsibility for your life, you unlock the door to your greatest potential. As Jim Rohn would say, if you don't like where you are, change it. You're not a tree. Success doesn't happen by accident. It's not a product of wishful thinking luck or the alignment of the stars. It's the result of a clear, deliberate plan backed by consistent action and a focused mindset. This distinction between wishing and planning is critical, because while many people wish for success, only a few take the disciplined steps necessary to achieve it. As Jim Rohn famously said, if you don't design your own life plan, chances are you'll fall into someone else's plan. And guess what they have planned for you? Not much. Wishing is passive. It requires no effort, no commitment, and no accountability. You can wish for a better job, more money, or a healthier lifestyle all you want. But those wishes will remain just that, wishes, unless they are anchored by a plan. A plan, on the other hand, is active. It's a blueprint for turning dreams into reality. A plan forces you to think critically about what you want, why you want it, and how you're going to get there. It transforms vague desires into actionable steps and provides a framework for measuring your progress. The first step in creating a plan is to set clear, specific goals. It's not enough to say, I want to be successful. What does success look like to you? Is it financial independence, personal fulfillment, or making a meaningful impact on others? Be precise. For instance, instead of saying, I want to make more money, set a goal like I want to increase my income by 20% within the next year by expanding my skill set and taking on new opportunities. Specificity gives your goals clarity and makes them easier to achieve. Once your goals are defined, break them down into smaller, manageable steps. One of the reasons people fail to achieve their goals is that they become overwhelmed by their size. A big goal can feel intimidating, almost impossible, when viewed as a whole. But when you divide it into smaller milestones, it becomes much more attainable. For example, if your goal is to write a book, focus first on outlining the chapters, then commit to writing a certain number of words each day. Over time, those small actions compound, leading to the completion of the larger objective. Now, the crucial aspect of planning is setting deadlines. Without a timeline, a goal remains a wish. Deadlines create a sense of urgency and accountability. They force you to prioritize and allocate your time effectively. When you set a deadline, you're making a commitment to yourself, a promise that you will take action within a specific time frame. It's not about rushing, it's about staying focused and ensuring that your actions are aligned with your objectives. Planning also involves anticipating challenges and preparing for them. Life is unpredictable, and obstacles are inevitable. However, when you have a plan, you're better equipped to navigate setbacks and adapt to changing circumstances. Think of it like a road trip. If you know your destination and have a map, a detour or roadblock won't derail your journey. You'll simply find an alternative route. Similarly, in life, a well-thought-out plan helps you stay on course, even when faced with unexpected challenges. But planning doesn't stop at the initial stage. It's an ongoing process that requires regular review and adjustment. As you progress, take time to evaluate what's working and what's not. Are you meeting your deadlines? Are your actions producing the desired results? If not, don't be afraid to revise your plan. Flexibility is a key component of success. A plan is not set in stone. It's a dynamic tool that evolves as you grow and learn. It's also important to remember that a plan is only as good as the action that follows it. This is where many people falter. They create detailed plans, but then fail to execute them. Execution requires discipline, consistency, and persistence. It's about showing up every day and putting in the work, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. Jim Rohn often said, discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Without discipline, the best laid plans will fall apart. Additionally, planning requires accountability. Share your goals with someone you trust, a mentor, a friend, or a family member who can hold you accountable and provide support. Accountability adds another layer of commitment and keeps you motivated. When someone else is aware of your goals, you're less likely to procrastinate or make excuses. Finally, remember that a plan should be driven by your values and vision. It's not just about achieving external markers of success, like money or recognition. True success is about creating a life that aligns with your deepest desires and brings you fulfillment. A plan rooted in your core values will not only guide you toward achieving your goals, but also ensure that the journey is meaningful and rewarding. In conclusion, success is not a product of wishing, it's the result of intentional planning. It requires setting clear goals, breaking them down into actionable steps, establishing deadlines, and committing to consistent execution. It's about staying flexible, adapting to challenges, and remaining accountable. Wishing might make you feel good in the moment, but it won't change your life. A plan coupled with action will. As Jim Rohn so eloquently put it, success is nothing more than a few simple disciplines. Practiced every day, the question is, are you ready to start planning and practicing those disciplines? The people you surround yourself with have an undeniable influence on your life. This is a truth so fundamental that Jim Rohn famously said, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The power of association is real, and its effects can be transformative or detrimental, depending on who you allow into your inner circle. If success is your goal, you must carefully evaluate your relationships and associations, because they will either propel you forward or hold you back. Human beings are inherently social creatures, and our behavior, attitudes, and mindset are shaped, to a large extent, by the people we interact with most frequently. If you spend time with individuals who are negative, complacent, or unmotivated, their outlook will inevitably rub off on you. You might find yourself adopting their habits, mirroring their limiting beliefs, and settling for less than you're capable of. Conversely, if you associate with people who are driven, optimistic, and disciplined, their energy and mindset will elevate your own. You'll begin to see the world through their lens of possibility, and you'll be inspired to aim higher and work harder. Associations are not just about the people you know personally, they extend to the content you consume, the mentors you follow, and the communities you engage with. Every conversation, book, podcast, or interaction is like a drop of water into the pool of your subconscious. Over time, these drops accumulate, shaping your thoughts, behaviors, and ultimately your outcomes. This is why it's crucial to be intentional about who and what you allow to influence you. Building positive associations starts with self-awareness. Take a moment to assess your current circle of influence. Who are the people you interact with most? Are they encouraging you to grow, or are they dragging you down? Be honest with yourself. Sometimes this assessment can be uncomfortable because it forces you to confront the reality that some relationships are toxic or no longer serve your best interests. While it's not always easy to distance yourself from such relationships, it's a necessary step if you want to achieve your full potential. Once you've identified the influences in your life, it's time to make deliberate changes. Seek out individuals who embody the qualities and achievements you aspire to. Look for people who are smarter, more experienced, or more successful than you. This might feel intimidating at first, but remember, growth comes from stepping outside your comfort zone. When you associate with people who challenge and inspire you, you're pushed to raise your standards and strive for more. One of the most powerful ways to build positive associations is by finding mentors. A mentor doesn't have to be someone you know personally. They can be an author, a speaker, or a leader in your field whose work resonates with you. Learn from their experiences, emulate their habits, and adopt their mindset. Mentorship is like having a shortcut to success because you can benefit from someone else's wisdom and avoid common pitfalls. Another way to harness the power of association is to join communities or groups that align with your goals. Whether it's a professional organization, a mastermind group, or an online forum, being part of a community of like-minded individuals can provide valuable support, accountability, and motivation. When you're surrounded by people who are on a similar journey, you're more likely to stay committed to your goals and overcome challenges. However, positive associations don't mean surrounding yourself only with people who agree with you. Growth often comes from constructive criticism and differing perspectives. Seek out individuals who will challenge your assumptions and push you to think differently. These relationships may be uncomfortable at times, but they will expand your horizons and make you stronger. While building new associations, it's important not to forget about the relationships that truly matter. Family and close friends may not always share your ambitions or mindset, but that doesn't mean they have to be excluded. Instead, set boundaries and focus on maintaining healthy, supportive dynamics. Recognize that some people are meant to be your emotional anchors, providing love and stability, while others serve as your professional or personal growth accelerators. One of the challenges of changing your associations is dealing with resistance from others. When you start to grow and aim higher, not everyone will be supportive. Some people may feel threatened by your progress because it highlights their own lack of ambition or effort. Others may try to hold you back out of fear of losing their connection with you. In these situations, it's crucial to stay committed to your vision and not let guilt or criticism deter you. Remember, your success is your responsibility, and you owe it to yourself to prioritize relationships that align with your goals. Ultimately, the power of association is about more than just networking or making connections. It's about creating an environment that fosters growth, learning, and achievement. Surround yourself with people who inspire you to be better, and you'll naturally begin to emulate their habits and mindset. Over time, these influences will shape your thoughts and actions, propelling you toward success. In conclusion, your associations are a reflection of who you are and who you're becoming. If you want to achieve greatness, you must surround yourself with greatness. Be intentional about the people you spend time with. Seek out mentors and communities that align with your aspirations, and have the courage to distance yourself from negative influences. As Jim Rohn would say, don't join an easy crowd, you won't grow. Go where the expectations and the demands to perform are high. When you embrace the power of association, you're not just building relationships, you're building the foundation for your future success. Wealth is often misunderstood. Many people view it as the ultimate goal, the pinnacle of success to strive for at all costs. But true wealth is not just a number in your bank account or the material possessions you accumulate. It is the result of the person you become, the value you create, and the principles you live by. Jim Rohn captured this idea perfectly when he said, wealth is not the end. It's the result of living a disciplined, productive, and focused life. To understand wealth as a result, rather than a goal, is to unlock the mindset and habits that lead not only to financial success, but also to a fulfilling and meaningful life. At its core, wealth is a byproduct of value. It is earned by solving problems, meeting needs, or creating something that others find valuable. The most successful people in any field are those who focus not on wealth itself, but on providing exceptional value. Consider entrepreneurs like Steve Jobs or Elon Musk. Their wealth didn't come from chasing money, it came from their relentless pursuit of innovation and excellence. Jobs wanted to revolutionize the way we use technology, and Musk is determined to reshape the future of energy and space exploration. Their focus was on contribution, not accumulation, and wealth naturally followed. This principle applies to anyone, regardless of their profession or background. If you want to attract wealth, the first step is to focus on becoming a person of value. This involves developing your skills, expanding your knowledge, and honing your talents. Invest in yourself because the more you grow, the more you have to offer. As Jim Rohn often said, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Your personal growth will not only enhance your ability to earn, but also increase your capacity to make a meaningful impact. Wealth is also a reflection of the habits and disciplines you cultivate. It is not a one-time event, it's the result of consistent effort over time. Successful people understand the importance of discipline, whether it's in managing their time, honing their craft, or making financial decisions. They live by the principle of delayed gratification, knowing that short-term sacrifices lead to long-term rewards. This could mean saving and investing instead of spending frivolously, or putting in extra hours to master a skill that will pay dividends in the future. Wealth is the natural outcome of living with discipline and intention. Moreover, true wealth extends beyond money. It includes your health, relationships, personal fulfillment, and sense of purpose. A person who is financially rich but poor in health, disconnected from loved ones, or unfulfilled in their work is not truly wealthy. This broader understanding of wealth highlights the importance of balance and priorities. Pursuing financial success at the expense of your well-being or relationships is a hollow victory. Instead, aim to build a life where financial prosperity complements and supports your overall happiness and well-being. One of the key insights about wealth being a result, not a goal, is that it shifts your focus from external outcomes to internal processes. When wealth is treated as a goal, it often leads to frustration, impatience, or unethical shortcuts. People might become consumed by get-rich-quick schemes or sacrifice their integrity in the pursuit of more money. But when wealth is understood as a result, the emphasis shifts to the actions and decisions that lead to it. You start asking questions like, am I improving my skills? Am I solving meaningful problems? Am I making wise financial choices? These are the questions that guide you towards sustainable success. Another critical aspect of wealth as a result is the power of mindset. Your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes play a significant role in shaping your financial outcomes. A scarcity mindset focusing on lack, limitations, or fear of loss can keep you stuck, no matter how much money you make. In contrast, an abundance mindset, believing in possibility, growth, and generosity creates the conditions for wealth to flourish. This mindset shift doesn't happen overnight, but it starts with small changes like expressing gratitude for what you have and seeking opportunities instead of obstacles. Generosity is another hallmark of those who understand wealth as a result. People who achieve true wealth recognize that money is a tool, not an end in itself. They use it to improve their lives and the lives of others. Giving back, whether through charity, mentorship, or supporting causes you care about, creates a ripple effect that benefits both the giver and the recipient. It also reinforces the idea that wealth is not something to hoard, but a resource to share and multiply. When you embrace the idea that wealth is a result, you free yourself from the pressure of chasing it as a singular goal. Instead, you focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts wealth through their actions, contributions, and mindset. This approach not only leads to financial success, but also ensures that your wealth is meaningful and sustainable. You create a life where money supports your dreams rather than defining them. In conclusion, wealth is not something you chase, it's something you attract by the person you become and the value you create. It is the natural outcome of living with discipline, purpose, and integrity. When you shift your focus from wealth as a goal to wealth as a result, you begin to prioritize growth, contribution, and balance. You build a foundation for success that goes beyond money, encompassing all aspects of a rich and fulfilling life. As Jim Rohn so wisely put it, success is not to be pursued, it is to be attracted by the person you become. When you live by this principle, wealth will follow, not as an end in itself, but as a reflection of the life you've built.